Let's interlace the hands around the back of your head, and we'll lift your top elbow and then shuffle your head a little backwards and then rotate your whole chest backwards, spinning your breastbone as if towards the ceiling. And then stay there and breathe in, squeezing that top knee down and a little forwards to help anchor your pelvis, and then just soften into the twist a little further. Breath in again, and then returning back to your start position. Let's give it one more go. So breathing in, top elbow lifts. Shuffle your head a little backwards and then rotate your whole chest, spinning that breastbone to face the ceiling. Squeeze your top knee down. Stay as you breathe in. Stay as you breathe out. See if you can just soften into the twist a little further. Breath in again. And then coming back to your start position. So we'll go straight into your diaphragm massage. So your top hand goes onto the top side ribs, and you slide your fingers off the edge of the ribs. So you're massaging right at the top of the abdominal wall, but tucking the fingers as if in underneath the lower rib cage. And the idea here is that we're massaging up underneath the ribs towards the diaphragm to help release the diaphragm, mobilize the diaphragm, help you get a better breath in. But it also helps to helps you feel a little calmer. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, this can really help because it helps to stimulate your vagus nerve, which I think is amazing. And it also, your diaphragm coordinates with your pelvic floor. So we want this diaphragm to not be tight. We want it to be mobile. So we'll hold your fingers in under the lower ribs there, and you're going to take your 3 deep breaths. So you breathe in through your nose, down to your bottom lungs, and breathe your diaphragm as if out, expanding it, pushing your fingers out from under your ribs. And then as you exhale, you relax and you tuck the fingers deeper. And we'll take that again twice more. So you breathe in and down. Feel that diaphragm expand, push your fingers out and exhale, release, relax. So sometimes when people are doing this for the first time, they'll really distend the belly. So it's not really pushing the belly out. It's not really breathing up into the top chest. It's really getting into that mid-range. So one more there. So breathing down to your diaphragm. Hopefully you can feel the fingers get pushed out and there's an internal stretch feeling in the diaphragm, and then let that go. And then we'll interlace the hands around the head. We're going to take another twist. So top elbow lifts as you breathe in. Breathe down into your diaphragm and then rotating. Squeeze the top knee down as you twist. Let's put the underneath hand onto the top knee and then straighten out that top knee, or reach the top knee forwards. As you twist a little more, you might find then that you get a little stretch down through the outside of the leg or outside of the hip. Good. And then bend the knee, pop the hand back under the head and return back to your start position. And then we will take your side rib massage as well. So I want you to put your thumb on your side ribs in the hollow between the ribs, and you massage the space there. So you come down towards the lower ribs. You're not massaging on the rib. You're trying to put your thumb in between your ribs into the intercostal muscles, and then you massage up. I tend to go up to my bra strap and then I jump backwards over a rib. So I find a different hollow and then massage back down. Good. And then I jump backwards again, because usually it's the side to back ribs that are really sticky. So we want to be on the side ribs, but slightly to the back. Okay, and then just choosing one spot, wherever you are, or if you feel like there's a tender spot, then holding your thumb there, and we'll take your 3 breaths here. So now you're going to breathe up to the side ribs where your thumb is. So inhaling, see if you can inflate, expand the side ribs, and then exhale. Feel them deflate and soften, and we'll take it again. So breathing in, the ribs widen. And then breathing out, they soften. And again, breath in. And then breath out. Well done. We'll take another twist. So interlace the hands around the head again. Try and breathe down into your diaphragm and up into the side ribs. And then shuffle your head back, turn your chest, breastbone towards the ceiling. Hopefully it feels less sticky and more easy to twist. Let's put the underneath hand on the knee again. Stay here and breathe into the side ribs, diaphragm. And twist a little further as you exhale, if you can. Good, breath in there. And then returning your foot back on top or bending the knee. Place the hand back under your head and coming back to your start position. Let's change to your second side. Okay, so I'm just swinging around so my legs are facing the other way, but you can just roll to the other side if you like. We'll interlace the hands around the back of the head. I'll get you to lift your top elbow as you breathe in. Shuffle your head back and then just into an easy twist to start with. So if you're like me, you'll feel really stiff on this side because we haven't done the diaphragm rib release yet. So don't force it. Stay here as you breathe in. As you exhale, squeeze the top knee down. So you're not just flopping backwards, you're anchoring the pelvis still. So it really is just the ribs that are moving. Breath in and then coming back to your start position. We'll take another one. So top elbow lifts on your inhale. Shuffle your head back and then in just an easy rotation. Squeezing the top knee down. You breathe in here. You breathe out. Just trying to relax into the twist a little. Breath in again. And then coming back to your start position. Well done. So then we'll pop your hand on the top side ribs. Okay, and you slide the fingers down to where the ribs meet the upper abdominals, and then you tuck your fingers under the line of the ribs. Trying to massage in under there as best as you can manage. Good. And you can work right from the midline, right down. And then we'll hold the fingers in under the ribs and we'll take you 3 breaths. So you breathe in and down to where your fingers are. Feel the diaphragm, push the fingers out, and then exhale, relax, and see if you can tuck the fingers deeper. So you're not tightening anything as you exhale, you're just relaxing. 2 more, so breath in. And breath out. Tuck the fingers deeper, once more, breath in. Breath out. And then we'll interlace the hands around the head. Take it again with the twist. So you're going to breathe down into your diaphragm as your elbow lifts. Shuffle your head backwards and then turning into your twist. This time stretching the top knee straight. You can put your underneath hand on the top knee to help anchor it down. So the top foot reaches forwards, the top elbow reaches backwards. Let's stay here. Breathe into your diaphragm. Stay here and soften into the twist. Even though you're reaching that top foot forwards, you breathe in again. And then coming back to your start position, bending the knee. And then we'll take your thumb on your side ribs, okay? So finding a hollow if you can. And sometimes people are really tight in their ribs and can't feel a hollow. So that's totally okay if that's you. Just massage somewhere on the side ribs. And then move your thumb a little backwards and find a different hollow or a different place to massage into those side ribs. Often people are quite tender in these lower side ribs, which is where then we want to massage a bit more. Although I was working with someone the other day and she was really tender at the top. So if you find a tender spot, that's where you want to massage a little bit more. You don't want to avoid it, but you can be gentle. And then holding the thumb on the side ribs slightly to the back, and let's do 3 breaths. Breathing into the side ribs as you inhale. Feel them expand. And then exhale. Feel them deflate. Twice more. Breathing in, you widen the ribs. Breathing out, the ribs narrow. Once more. Breath in. And let it go. Well done. And then we'll interlace the hands around the back of the head. You're going to lift your top elbow as you breathe in. Shuffle your head back, turn your breastbone towards the ceiling. You can stretch the top knee out, so put the top hand on the top knee, straighten that knee and twist. Hold here and breathe into your diaphragm, side ribs. And then twist a little further if you can. So you're not forcing it, you're just easing into that twist. Hopefully it feels more mobile now. Breath in. Bend the knee, hand back under the head, and then coming back to your start position.